The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to another QuoteWerks 101, our regular series of short mini training sessions giving you hints and tips for getting the most out of QuoteWerks. And this morning, I'm going to cover customer-based pricing levels. So, do you offer special pricing? Do certain of your clients, customers get certain pricing that you want to stick to? Hello, my name is Tim Wilmot and my company Wizard Systems. We are essentially a specialist CRM system supplier who help small and mid-sized organizations improve their sales productivity, marketing, and customer service through the use of simple solutions and affordable solutions like QuoteWerks. So this presentation will be fairly short, about 10 minutes or so, on customer-based pricing levels. There can be a lot to it on the way that you define your pricing. If you caught our webinar last week, we went into different ideas about how you can maximize your profit by using QuoteWerks. So catch up with that webinar on our YouTube channel. But my company, Wizard Systems, we offer many training options around QuoteWerks if you want to explore those with us. Right now, of course, during the COVID period, we're doing all that online, but hopefully you get some value from this, and please talk to us if you want any more formal training on QuoteWerks. The audio part of this presentation is one way only. If you've got a question, please pop that into the question box on your meeting control panel. I'll do my best to answer those at the end. At the end, I'll give you a quick update on the QuoteWerks product scene news, just to keep you in the loop there. And this little session is being recorded after the event. You will get an email from our system. Normally it goes out about 2 days after the event closes, so just watch out for that in a couple of days' time, and it will appear up on our YouTube channel as well. Okay, just before we get into customer-based pricing levels, quick mention about Wizard Systems. We are a leading supplier of QuoteWerks software and other leading CRM solutions, and we provide the complete package. So as well as the software, upgrades, maintenance, add-ons to QuoteWerks, we also provide any kind of training, as I mentioned, and extensive help desk support as well, ready to answer your calls. Okay, so let's get into QuoteWerks then, and customer-based pricing levels. So I've selected a customer already, but let me actually go into my product file and explain how you can set up special prices for your customers. So I'm going to my products database and let me select a particular product. So within my little section down here, a certain receiver. Let me just zoom in and edit this item and explain what I mean. So this is now looking at more details of this particular product. And on the pricing tab, you have an option here for setting up the default price, the default selling price for this item. So whenever any QuoteWerks user selects this product for a quote, by default, this will go in. You know that you can overwrite this. This is just in by means of increasing your productivity. This is the standard, this is the default price that will go in. And this is what QuoteWerks calls it, customer-based price levels. So I click on Setup here. We go into it. So you can define up to 15 special prices per product. Those price levels, you give them a name. In my system here, this is actually the demonstration terminology, but you can call it what you want. Some of these you may have already. For example, you may be dealing with central government, public sector, non-profits, so you may have a government price for this particular item. You may be dealing with agents, you may be dealing with resellers that get a lower price. Your top your top 100 clients may get a special price. So you have these levels. I'll come on to a minute where these names come from. But against each price level, you then set up what will be the price for that particular item. So I click on this little button here with the 3 dots on it. This is where I can set up the price modifier. So the normal one might be discount, a certain discount off of the list price of that item. But you can see you do have some other options there: markup above cost, the margin you want to make on the selling price, list price, and so on. So you can very simply set it up there. So base pricing in this example, D0, no discount at all. If, for example, they're a gold level customer, they're going to get the price level D25. They're going to get 25% discount off of the list price of this particular product. So you can set up your price levels there as well, relevant to one of those 15 price levels, the actual terminology. And if I just close these down, I can actually go to customer profile maintenance, and that's where you can actually define the different labels there that you saw earlier. So back to this customer, ABC Farmer. On the Sold To, Shipped To tab, I have a little drop-down list there called Profile. This is now inviting me to select that particular price level for this customer. Incidentally, that can be brought over from your CRM system. So if in your CRM system you're maintaining these price levels, that can be passed over. You know that you can actually launch this quote from many leading CRM systems. So that CRM application may hold the price level of this customer. So that's brought over. The user doesn't need to think about it. So let me go back to products and go down to that receiver. And if I double click on it to select it for this quote, yes, it's confirming that this is going to be adopting the price level based on this customer, their gold level. I could obviously check on the pricing history of this item for previous quotes to this customer, or the pricing history for this item across all customers. But if I add that to the quote, just close that down, go to my document items tab. Here we can see that item has been inserted into my quotation. There is the list price, £696. There is the customer, the special price for this customer, 522. And in the price modifier column that you may want to display on this internal view, it's got a C there, which is the standard way that QuoteWerks uses to define customer-based pricing levels. So a very simple way there of selecting the right price for the right customer. And if I go into the actual quotation itself, of course, that's going to display the special price for that particular client. So that's customer-based price levels, quite straightforward, very easy to set up, very easy to maintain. What I'd like to do now is answer any questions you've got around this topic, or any sort of pricing question you may have around QuoteWerks. So pop those into the question section on your meeting control panel. Let me just have a look here. So question from Shane. What about special pricing we get from a supplier? Well, you can, so you can set up volume-based pricing. So if you order between 1 and 10, you get this price off the supplier. 11 to 20 is that. So you can do that. So have a check of that if that's what you mean, Shane. And next question from, it looks like Ali. Can we import the pricing from an Excel spreadsheet that we maintain? Yes, you can. So you've got to, so you may have, so first of all, bear in mind you've got these 15 levels to play with. So you may have those 15 columns defined in your spreadsheet. Yes, you can. On the import process, you can import pricing from, generally it's a CSV file, Ali, so you'll need to save your Excel file as a CSV file. Very, very straightforward, very standard. And then you'll just map those 15 special price levels, the A through to O, I think it is, to that particular pricing level. It's just a simple mapping exercise in the import process. Next question from Tim. Is it possible to have different price breaks for different types of customer? Okay, thanks, Tim. So customer A, volume 0 to 10, 11 to 20. Customer B, 0 to 10, 11 to 20. So that would be, well, there is volume-based pricing. I don't know whether you've explored that, Tim, which is another pricing option, the default pricing you've got there. So that should be what you got, but you can't implant one on top of the other, so to speak, if that's what you're trying to get. You can't combine two different pricing techniques into that default price there. You could select that from the pricing level. Okay, you were thinking of different types of customer getting different price breaks. What we'll do, Tim, we'll set up a support call for you. We'll contact you back on that, Tim, just so that we understand exactly what you're referring to. Right. Don't think there's any more questions coming through, so thanks very much to the three of you. Just to keep you up to date with QuoteWerks news, all our training is provided through online, a one-to-one. We can do one-to-one sessions or training wherever you are right now. So just contact Wiz Assistant for any information on QuoteWerks training that you might need. And the latest build and version of QuoteWerks is QuoteWerks version 5.5, build 4.06. You get updates for QuoteWerks via the UMP program. It's an annual contract, basically, that you can get via Wizard Systems. So you pay an annual fee, not too onerous, and you get all of the updates you need. So thanks very much for your time this morning, those listening live. If you've got any suggestions for future QuoteWerks topics, we are holding these QuoteWerks training sessions every Tuesday, certainly during this period, while we're still in sort of lockdown here in the UK. So every Tuesday, 10 a.m., different topic, different QuoteWerks topic every week. Please let me know if you've got any other good suggestions you think would be interesting for the QuoteWerks community at large. So thanks very much for your time. There's our contact details. This will be up on our YouTube channel quite shortly, and catch up with you next week. Thanks very much indeed. Bye-bye.